Well, maybe you've heard there are shows that are starting to pop up, but entertainment is looking a little different these days as we still need to remember to social distance. And this is a really unique one that is happening in downtown Clearwater, The Office, a murder mystery. Who is the Scranton Strangler? Well, we're going to try to find answers and, of course, introduce you to Nick Anastasia, who plays the one and only Michael Scott from The Office. Good morning, Nick. How are you?
Good morning, Natalie. I'm doing wonderful. It's great to be down here in beautiful Florida. How are you this morning?
I am well. So I got to be honest with you. I'm so excited to talk with you because we're hearing a lot of good things about this production. So first, though, let's rewind a little bit. Nick, were you a fan of The Office now that you are playing the main character from the hit sitcom?
Oh, if I told you I was a fan, it would be the understatement of the century, I think, because I adore this show so much. My friend years ago showed me just the right episode at the right moment. And ever since then, this was 10 years ago now, I got bit by the office bug and there's no vaccination for that. So I've been on the road to this my whole, not my whole life, but I've been building up to this for a while. So to say this is a dream come true would be, again, another understatement.
We were fortunate a few weeks ago to actually talk with the show creators up in New York, the ones who came up with this idea of like a walking tour, this murder mystery surrounding The Office. And they were talking how difficult it was, or I shouldn't say difficult, maybe unique it was to audition through Zoom.
Mhm.
Explain your process because I'm assuming as an actor, was it a first for you to do an audition like this?
It actually wasn't the first. The whole world obviously changed last year when unfortunately the COVID pandemic hit. Things kind of switched almost immediately to a virtual digital audition slash performance center. So fortunately, I was kind of, I wouldn't say used to it by then, but it definitely had popped up by then already. And Bob and Tobley, the creator of the shows, are just so warm, and just you get the presence from them that they really understand and care about the material just from the get go. So I had such a great experience auditioning for them, and the rehearsal process was just so wonderful. And but to get down here and put it all together, it was,
Yeah.
oh man, it's been a year in the making, over a year in the making since all of this has happened. So it's been, again, I keep repeating dream come true, but as a stage performer, it's been nothing short of amazing to be back in front of people, making them smile, making them laugh.
So, and I was getting to this. I want to actually talk about how it works, though. I'm curious. You are kind of a tour guide, which I'm assuming is maybe a first time for you. So, tour guide while being in character, while putting on a show, a storyline around who the Scranton Strangler is. How does it all work?
Oh man, well, funny enough, it's not my first time tour guiding. I did some tour guiding in New York. Obviously, not as Michael Scott. I wish that was it. But yes, it's definitely a funny combination of both script work and a lot of improvisational. As you're moving from location to location, you need to keep the crowds engaged. So obviously, that's Michael Scott just on his own, pointing out some artifacts, so to speak, in Scranton, local Scranton, quote unquote, or as we know it as Clearwater. So it's been such a blast just dealing with each individual crowd on that level and combining all the elements of theater, improv, and really a tour of a city. So it's certainly unique in that aspect. And I just love that Bob and Tubley came up with this whole pandemic in mind. Like they came in and they were like, how can we bring theater back to the masses and do it safely and do it still as funny as we did before? And I think they did a wonderful job.
I love seeing you actually, walking through Clearwater there. It looks like you're in a parking garage. I mean, you're
Oh yeah.
utilizing what you've got to make sure everyone is socially distant. So, with that said, do you miss the stage at all, or do you think this has potential to continue perhaps?
Oh, I miss the stage more than anything. How can you not? But I do believe that this is going to keep going. I believe in the potential of this show. I believe even after theaters are open, I think something like this has the power to thrive on,
Yeah.
especially in markets like New York. Even I think would be a great market for it, where people are going on regular tours daily and
Hmm.
everywhere. I think it's a really, really strong project, and I look forward to one day, hopefully, maybe moving it into a theater. Maybe we can end
Oh.
the thing inside of the theater, and find out who the murderer is indoors.
I like it. Well, like you said, being able to do characters that people recognize in kind of a tour way. There's so many elements, but I was talking about how I've heard such great feedback. What do you hear as an actor right there when you're able to be face to face and perhaps closer than normal because you're not on the stage? What is that reaction like that walkers, that, what do you say, audience members gets
Yeah,
to
whatever. Future tour, we call them future interns at Dunder Mifflin. So
There you
and
go.
then they become interns. But what we've noticed, they've been so interactive, and we've gotten so many hardcore fans that have been just love the show and have missed the show since its absence online. Well, it's not absent, but we get a lot of cool questions about how the characters themselves are doing these days, and a lot of really. Last night I had a group of 4, and they were just the best group I could have asked for. They knew everything about the show, everything about the characters. The Scarn dance at the end, which anyone, if you're watching and you know the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was I'll never forget for the rest of my life. So dialoguing with these fans has been a dream.
Yep.
That's where I come from. I'm a fan, you know.
You're a fan. Well, Nick, we're a fan of you. Thanks for being with us today. Of course, you can get tickets now. The show is not running too much longer, so get tickets today. Take care, Nick.